Okay, just having a quick look at a follow-up on this, how this US dollar JPY went on the, I was saying about just using the higher time frames as confirmation, and it worked out perfectly as I expected. And this is what I'm talking about. See how the key Jensen's gone real flat here, so you've got to manage this, even though it's this was the entry on my short-term entry, right? But the key Jensen's dead flat here, so that tells me I've got to manage it on my intraday template. Even if I had have, as I said on the previous video, if I had have entered this on this short-term template, right, I would have had my stop up here. So initially on that entry, my stop would have been up here. So that didn't trigger an exit there because it didn't break out above the Kumo yet. But so had I been still in this short-term template, I would have been okay still. But straight away I can see the flat key Jensen. I know that, and looking at this 4-hour side on the Bollinger Band, I can see that it's flat, very flat, so I want to go to my intraday template to manage it. Excuse me, and see how the Bollinger Bands are squeezed in here as well. That usually when that breaks out of a squeeze like that, it's usually going to be a decent move, so it's worth being in it. And let's see now, so see the key Jensen's remained flat, even though now the price can be strong and the key Jensen can actually then turn down again. Turn down with the price here. It doesn't mean that here in this case price turned back up to the key Jensen because it wasn't strong enough yet, but you are still below the center line on the MACD here, so it's still a valid short here at this stage. Or say you missed this entry here, you could have got in short on this one, but you would have done it on the intraday template because you've got a flat key Jensen. So this has been extremely difficult for people to get their head around this, that I've showed it to. I don't know how to say it, but it's just one of those things that you've got to learn with experience. I don't know whether anyone will put in the effort to ever learn this, but just giving you an idea. And it's just absolutely fascinating to me how this, like the support and resistance, works on my indicators. You've got to be interested. If you're just in trading to make money, chances are you're going to do the exact opposite. If you want to be greedy and just it's all about making money, chances are you'll probably lose your whole account, and you'll do that a few times until you learn your lesson, and then you might get serious about actually learning what trading's about. Then that's what most people do. This is our intraday template here, right? So that's the. So you would have entered. You don't enter on the first candle of the session there. So you would have got in that candle there, for example. And as I said, you can have your stop up here, right? But you don't have to let it hit your stop. On the previous video, I said you can have your stop up here because you know you're on the short-term template. You know you're okay, but I don't let it hit my stop. I exit the trade here, right, and I get back into it again here. Do the same again, trail my stop down on this trender, but I don't let it hit my stop. I get out of the trade here, and the same I'm going to do again. The same here. I've re-entered again here. I've got my stop trailing down here, just as an emergency backup, and I'll be looking for that. I'll be looking for that MACD to turn again, and I'll do the same again. Now, if you've got half the brain of a cat, you should be able to understand what I'm saying. I don't know whether you, if you want to make excuses and throw your hands up, I can't help you. But if you give it a go, I'll do my best to help you. But what else can I say anyway? That's enough of a rant from me for today, and yeah. It's just time spent. There's no book, there's no course that you can do, there's no nothing. It's just time spent just understanding price, and that's the end of it. There's no other excuses to make about it. It's just the amount of time you're prepared to put into it. All right? Bye for now.